Real quick, if you're looking to get into the window cleaning business, it's a huge industry. It's a $40 billion industry, is the cleaning industry. And there's people who have gone from flat broke with nothing, that came from broke on welfare families, to growing $1 million businesses and being able to move into beautiful homes like these. You can totally do it. So here's what I want to share with you. There's some industries that you might not be aware of. If you're just new and you're watching my channel and you're watching these YouTube videos and you're looking to get your business off the ground and to the next level, check this out. Okay, there's IWCA, International Window Cleaning Association. It's a huge thing that people fly from all over the country to go to these conferences and to these events, and they get around people who have like $10 million businesses that have built window cleaning, pressure washing, soft washing, roof cleaning, concrete cleaning, driveway cleaning. You can go to a house like that and you can have like, an $1,800 to $2,800 bill in, if you have a small crew, in a day or more, depending on what you do, during the roof, the gutters, the concrete, the windows, and soft washing. And then you could do marketing, you could get the neighbors. I have a friend, a lot of friends, I'm trying to get this out quick, who have built many multi-million-dollar businesses where they call it just cleaning stuff. Just cleaning stuff. Just cleaning stuff. Think about how powerful that is. What that means is it's a very low barrier to entry business. You don't have to go to college for 8 years and get some degree. You're not becoming a surgeon, a lawyer, or a doctor. You don't need any high-level special licenses. You probably, depending on what state you're in, you might need licenses if you're mixing the chemicals to clean, like the different bleach and stuff. You should get some training by going to like PWR, Pressure Washing Resource.com. There's the Fleet Wash Academy, which is people getting into washing like semi trucks. You can go on, there's so much money you can make with a power washer, with a squeegee, with a water fed pole system. Right now we do landscaping and window cleaning. We're on a job site right now. I've been working in these neighborhoods for years, and I grew up flat broke with nothing. I've gone to 14 schools. I've lived in 31 homes. I had 50 jobs, and I was a broke kid with nothing, and my family was on welfare, and I had no direct ways to make any money and make a living for myself except for working a bunch of dead-end jobs. And so I started my own landscape business, and then when the winter came, I could only plow snow in Michigan, so I started getting into storefronts and plazas cleaning windows with a squeegee. And it was freezing out, so I put like alcohol with Dawn dish soap inside a windshield washer solvent so it wouldn't freeze on the glass. And so I didn't even know window cleaning was an industry because I grew up so poor. I didn't even know people paid to have their windows cleaned. And so people would joke and they would say I'd be like cleaning like a Jimmy John's or a Great Clips or a bank or something, and for cash. And people would come up to me, customers and people, they say, "Hey, you want to come clean my house next?" And I would take out my business card and say, "As a matter of fact, yes. You want a quote?" So I had this idea. I was like, wait a second, I'm in the window cleaning business now. I was a lawn care landscape guy, which I still am a landscape guy. I started offering the service to all of my landscaping customers, and a whole bunch of them said yes. So now we are like 60% landscaping, 40% window cleaning. And like houses like that's I don't know, $250 to $299 to clean all of the exterior windows with a water-fed pool. If you want to do inside and outside, it's about $449 to clean all windows inside and out. If you want to offer track sills and screens, it could go all the way up to $20 a window if you're doing the track sills and screens. It's a lot to talk about in this video, and it's hard work. You're going to go inside of someone's home. You got to put shoe-covered booties on your feet, and be careful you don't break anything, and be very conscientious. There's a whole process of like, don't get dirty water down someone's, like you have to be really careful. But if you are that type of conscious of a person, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars in offering track and sill and screen cleaning. Or you can offer an extra $5 per screen if you don't want to go in the house. All the customer has to do is you tell them, hey, remove all the screens and stack them on the front porch. We'll clean them, And then now you could rack up an extra $40, $60, $80 in screen cleaning. That's how we get our average ticket price from $299 to like $360. I have clients that we do for $360, $460, $500, $963, $1,162, $1,200, $1,500 to clean the windows. I've cleaned windows for some huge houses. I've even been offered to clean windows from some celebrity houses that are like these 12,000, 15,000 square foot homes. And some of those actually said no. Because once you start getting into these huge houses, it is really good money. But the liability goes through the roof, because now you're up like 18 feet on a ladder cleaning some transom window. There's skylight windows, transom windows, eyelid windows, egress windows. There's was there Hansen windows? There's, what's the other? My brain isn't there. There's tempered glass, treated glass, UV treated glass, double hung windows, all different types of windows you have to learn. You have to learn about glass scratch and all these different things. So I'm not saying it's that easy, but my point is, I actually have turned down these bigger jobs, because when you're 18 foot up on a ladder, you know, balancing over there's a grand piano below you, or like a bunch of really fancy, expensive stuff, you have to be hyper careful. So if you, like, I've been in a house before and all I did was move a ladder and cause a micro scratch on a $50,000 hardwood floor, and now you got a really upset customer. You better hope you have insurance. And so there's a level of conscientiousness that goes with it. But if you're very conscientious and careful, you make a lot of money. I know a guy who has, like, I think it's actually just him right now in his business, and his wife helps him. This dude's raking down, I don't want to lie to you, I want to be very careful, at least $3,000 a week. About $3,500 a week this dude's raking down by himself. I'm not bullshitting you. Now, you might watch this in this moment and you might be like, I can do that. You can do that. You can. It takes a lot of belief in yourself. And when you're getting the business off the ground, you're going to go through hell. You're going to go through fear and anxiety and all types of crazy shit. Because every time you start to do a job, actually, I'm walking way too far. Every single time you run into a hiccup on a job, like, let's say you're on someone's property and like you're cleaning something, but you could like etch somebody's concrete and mess, and like it's you just messed up their property. You don't put a zero tip on a power washer. Be highly careful what you're doing. You can go to power wash somebody's got siding on their house and blow an entire piece of siding right off their house, and the siding's just hanging like this, and you're like, oh, and now you're on the phone and you're freaking out. How are you going to fix that, right? So that's why you just start out small, and join a group, join an association, join like powerwashing.com, join an academy, pay for an online course, get around these experts, get on a plane or drive and go across the country and go get around the multiple six and seven figure entrepreneurs who have built businesses just cleaning stuff, and then it'll enlighten you very quickly. The best way you can compress time and close the gap, compress time and take something that would take you a decade and put it into 2 to 3 years, is to go get around the really successful people who have done it and have gone through the minefield. And they've gone through all the mistakes, and you can learn all of their best practices. You can learn what's worked for them. You can learn the costly mistakes to avoid. So, and this is nothing new. So if you're newer to this has been going on for decades, and now people have broken the 4-minute mile. It used to be to cross, for instance, it's just an example, like $1 million in your service business was like this really hard, almost impossible thing. But people have learned how to do it, and they've created systems, and now there's people doing it all the time if that's what you want to do. I literally just walked around the whole block, and I got to get back to the job site that we're on right now. I just want to say I'm really excited for you. If you are stuck in a dead-end job that you hate, you want to take your life to the next level, There's a million ways to make money, and you have to pick a path and go all in. You might not want to start a window cleaning business or a landscaping business. You might not want to get into pressure washing. I hate power washing and pressure washing, and the reason is because you got this loud machine going the whole time. There's no silence, and the only thing that you can relegate to is putting on a pair of Bluetooth headphones and some shotgun earmuffs and just listening to audiobooks the whole time. And if you want to even pick up the phone, you're going to have to shut down the whole thing and then answer a call, and then no production is getting done. So the best way to do something like that is you have an employee or somebody, and their job is to deal with the loud pressure washer, but you got to make sure they know what they're doing. Or you can wear like one of those big arborist tree helmets with the Bluetooth, so it's like noise canceling, and then I guess you could talk while you're using a pressure washer, but it's like sopping wet, and it's like, but it's a very high profit business if you know what you're doing and you get into it. So there's a squirrel over there looking at me. By my house, I can feed my squirrels by hand, and they're like all over my front porch begging for peanuts. Oh, I get with the peanut. So there's this, I don't want to get too deep into this, but Jordan Peterson talks about this Peter Pan syndrome thing, and this is out of context for this video except for one part of it. He talks about like you're like growing up in life and you still haven't picked your path because you don't want to let go of your unlimited possibilities. This might be the thing in this video right now. It's just for you. You have all these unlimited potentiality of what you could do in your life, but you don't want to let go of all that to focus on just one thing, because it feels like you're dying to self. You're dying to all these other possibilities. And at some point it's going to get so bad, this is me speaking now, that you're going to have to pick a path and really focus on that one thing. And when you do, and you're going to squeeze through and lose all these other opportunities, and it's going to suck, but then it's going to blossom and then reopen up all these other opportunities. We live in a world of a jurisdiction of like commerce, and the way the system works, this matrix works, which is kind of a different topic, that you have to get good at something. And if so, I'll get down to the base facts. If you grew up poor, if you don't have no freaking money in the bank, you don't have enough money to invest, you don't have people you can team up with or just move into a high level position, and you're stuck, there is a way, and it's launching something like to the means of a service business. House cleaning, home cleaning. You can get into roofing and learn that, and then that's a whole nother thing to get. You got to get a builder's license, so never mind that. That's higher barrier to entry. But you can get into lawn mowing, property maintenance, which is trimming people's shrubs and bushes and putting down mulch and trimming ornamental trees, pulling weeds, doing decorative stone, basically doing landscaping, lawn care, window cleaning, house cleaning, janitorial type services, pressure washing. What else can you do? Start some type of service-based business. I started it out of the back of the trunk of my wife's car with her screaming at me because she couldn't go anywhere because she was trapped in our little tiny one-bedroom apartment because I had her car because I was building a business. That's how broke we were. All right, there's a saying, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. If it's meant to do, it's up to you. Look at this. Right now, we're doing a property. We have well, never mind me. I just want you to be successful. I want you to be successful. I want you to be successful. I want you to realize that you have it in you to be successful. You could be the one that turns the tide of your family. You could be the one in your family tree that turns and breaks the generational curses. You could be the one, the buck stops with you. The buck stops with you. You're the one who's going to turn this all around. You're the one who's got to believe in yourself. You're the one who's going to divorce yourself from chaos and go and execute and get it done. It's you. My podcast is about to cross 1 million downloads. The Untrapped podcast on Apple and Spotify. Check it out. Look at this. Oh, it's a new sticker. The Untrapped podcast. Apple and Spotify. I started my podcast by just talking into my cell phone. Anyways, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I have an entire playlist of videos for you. And I have another channel. This channel is the Window Cleaning Blueprint. 25,000 subs here. Thank you so much. My other channel is about to hit 160,000 subscribers. It's just self-titled Keith Kelfis. And check it out over there too. If you like deeper stuff, like spiritual stuff, I do like Bible studies and talk about consciousness in my other YouTube channel called I Am Ability. And then if you're interested in like building your online personal brand, then I have another channel called Monetize Your Message. There you go. Either way, that's too much information. Go do it. Peace out.